Dear brothers, it's about quality, not quantity.
So guys, it should be your conversation, the way you flow, your presence is enough for a woman to want to be around you, not how much money you spend.
Dear sisters, it's about knowing your value.
My sisters out there, don't be afraid to scare a guy off just because you have standards.
Dear brothers, dear sisters, it's time to come together.
All right, man. Welcome back to the most mature podcast pertaining to relationship topics. I'm your host, Jamel Lawrence, advisor, author, and I'm here with my brother, my ace, the accountability coach, Carl. Man, I see that you got a new little subtitle at the bottom of the screen, my man. What's that about?
Yes, sir. I'm sponsoring the Passport Brothers, man. I'm helping them out, man. We're gonna help them out to find love in the right place. Okay, even if it's a different country, let's do it.
Oh, man. Can't complain on that, man. Listen. We are in for a great show today. Listen, we're live right now, man. Facebook Live, YouTube. I'll just have to say, welcome to the King Takeover, in which we'll be playing catch up to the sisters related to their Queen Takeover series, because it's like a little friendly rival that's going on, but we have to catch up, Carl. But as a side note, we will not be playing our show on Father's Day because we want that day for every great father to relax and enjoy themselves. So keep in mind, I just want to emphasize that next Sunday is Happy Father's Day, not Happy Single Mother's Day. Just want to put that out there. Also, to those who are watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscription button. So not only you'll be notified of our show when it appears, but you can also get access to early episodes related to in-depth conversations and gems that will help you to grow as a person. That's what DBDS is all about, because a better you will attract a better partner. All right. Also, if you believe in our message of bringing our brothers and sisters together, you can definitely get yourself a DBDS shirt, which I'm rocking right now. If you can see that DBDS shirt, just kindly go to the website, which is dearbrothersdearsisters.com. It is the official site dedicated to healthy and monogamous relationships. So, we're going to keep on building up that movement, which is the most important thing for us as a people to do. So again, thank you for all your love and support and joining us on this beautiful Sunday. Now, Carl, before we dive further into the King's Takeover, because we're going to have a lot of great gems and an amazing guest today, we had an unfortunate incident with a particular person in which I'm not going to mention her name because she doesn't deserve the clout or whatever that comes along with it. And it all started on a Dear Brother post in which I expressed my behavior pertaining to simp behavior. So I'm going to just post it on the screen for the audience to see. I posted this Saturday. Dear brothers, cash apping women based on their looks and using it as bait to get their attention is simply simp behavior. And Carl, thank you, everybody. Thank you. Before I get your thoughts on this, man, I just want to get your thoughts first on this post that I put up, and then we'll go ahead and talk about the verbal exchange between me and this so-called love coach who actually believes that women should be automatically entitled to a man's resources before getting to know him. So first, what is your thoughts on the post I put up, though?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a disclaimer out before we even rock tonight with the show. There's a kind of a saying, if the shoe fits, wear it. So it's kind of like Cinderella, if the shoe fits, whether it's directed as a man or a woman tonight, at the end of the day, we are literally trying to build healthy relationships. And I know it's difficult. Sometimes it takes a person being hurt to understand, they become hurt to heal. And it takes time to get there. So that's a quick disclaimer. So if the shoe fits, wear it, and do what you need to do to fix it. If you feel like you need to fix it. But yeah, I mean, this is something, we posted. We continue to talk about it. That this is not a way. This is not a way to attract a woman when you're just sending out money frivolously to somebody you don't know, trying to get their attention. It's this. It's what you do. If you're trying to buy something, buy somebody, and you're literally, this is what the behavior comes off with. But yeah, I don't agree with it. And I know there's unfortunately, a lot of women that think it's great, it's wonderful because they're benefiting from it. But it's again, in the long run, there are some men who do it for the purpose of, once they get what they want, they're out. There are some men that do it for the purpose of trying to gain a woman, and they're not even in a position really to be with this person. They can't maintain that. But it's not a good thing, though. But yeah, if you want to drop the exchange up there.
Okay. No, I appreciate your thoughts, man. So I'm going to go back at the top of the order. I see some DBDS family members coming in. Shout out to Kiki Hawkins, my sister Lisa. Lisa, I see you. Actually, we have two Lisas in the studio. Shout out to my sister Kat and my brother, Mr. Anderson, man. So this was the post, everyone, that I post on my personal page. You can comment whether you agree or whatever your thoughts on it. So Cash App and women based on their looks and using it as bait to get their attention is simply simp behavior. This was the response I got back from the sister that challenged this ideal. She stated that it's actually smart behavior. That is how you get a hot woman's attention. Or you could just keep talking to the chicks you don't want for free. All right, you see that, my peoples? Then I counteract with this. Only fools want shin. A smart man who is dating with a purpose and looking for a healthy monogamous relationship leads with his character. The focal point is not his wallet. Men who know their worth do not put anyone, especially a woman he barely knows, on a high pedestal, my sister. Still keeping it respectful, Carl, as you can see, right? And this when everything goes off the rails. Hey, love men like you who are super square and are either single or end up with a basic chick. Men who get top chicks have a ton of game in real life, don't care about sending $100 to get access to a conversation. Think about that, DBDS family. $100 just to talk to someone you barely know. Insane. Last one. You men don't understand women literally, expect women to not even know their worth. That's insane. A man's character includes his wallet. So Carl, man, this was the back and forth that me and this particular person was having. And the sad thing is she did not do her research, not knowing that I'm happily married, have a beautiful family. I'm with a woman that, unlike her, money does not impress her. She was looking for someone with character, with substance. And the sad thing is this influencer, scammer, has a lot of people that are following her beliefs, and they're going to remain single for a very long time. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on the exchange that I had with this sister.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. There were other things I know that was said. The insulting of people's spouses and just the whole 9 yards. And I mean, and if you're supposed to be somebody who's talking about divine feminine energy and you're coaching women on these things, and you're supposed to be saying you follow the Lord and all this stuff, the behavior did not show that. It was unfortunate. We got this situation got going the way it did yesterday. And even when you see things said that, if you're, ladies, if you're dating a good man, dump him and level up to a great man who will spend all his money on you and spoil you. We're going to address a lot of this stuff tonight on the show. It's disheartening that there are people that think that and think that way. Yeah. So, like I said, we got some great panels tonight coming in tonight. We're going to discuss this and probably our first two topics I know that we have coming up. But it's sad. It's unfortunate. But if I'll say it this way, and we'll talk more about it. Man, if you're leading with your money, you're going to go broke. It's just you're going to get hurt, and it's on us, fellas. I'm not even blaming women. I'm not even looking at them on this. No matter what they try to do, you control your wallet. And if a woman is just after you for that, and you continue to spend, I have no sympathy for you when you go broke.
Wow. Wow. Very well said, man. I mean, I just think it's frankly insane to be sending money just to get a woman's attention. That just tells me as a man that you lack confidence. You're insecure about yourself because you need the money as bait in order to get these top chicks. Like she said, listen, my brothers out there, you could keep the top chicks. I prefer a good woman at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So
a good
my
woman
thing is
or a wonderful lady. That's what we want.
Yeah,
we don't need no top chicks.
Facts. So I hear you, my brother. And to those men who, as you mentioned, who fall into the trap of giving without receiving and they go broke, it's not healthy at all, because deep down, you don't have respect for yourself. And the reality is, a woman who likes you, you don't have to go through all the extra hoops for her to accept you. In fact, a woman who likes you will voluntarily want to be in your presence without you having to dive into your 401k in order to get her attention, right? And I'm sure, Carl, you'll agree with that. There are brothers out there literally that have 401k dating to date.
Dating 401ks, they have it, and those guys are dating. And I try to tell women, those men are dangerous. They're dangerous. Those are the men that will fly you out and leave you somewhere. Those are the men who will destroy you. Those are the men who won't care if you get pregnant. Those are the men that you might get something from because they're just loose with themselves, because they have no clear character, respect of themselves. So
facts. And and we're saying this out of love, my people. Saying this out of love. And now, before we pivot to our show and bring our amazing guest into the studio, I just want to mention one portion that the sister, she stated, right? She mentioned about character. Last portion, a man's character includes his wallet. So let me just educate this scammer for a second. Right. Now, character, which I'm going to break down, is it's based on a man's habits, his motives, his thoughts, his moral codes, his value, which we're going to dive deep into this topic tonight. His emotional temperature. Does he have great integrity? His faithfulness, his dependability, his creative output, his wisdom. And you notice everything that I mentioned has no focal point on money. So to my sisters who follow these influencers who are all about making money off of you instead of trying to help establish healthy monogamous relationships, be mindful, because their false narratives will keep you single for the rest of your life. And I'm just going to leave it at that. So, my brother, you ready to bring our guest into the DBDS Live studio?
Let's do it.
That's what I'm talking about, man. So class in session. So our first guest coming into the DBDS Live studio is a brother who's an author. He has the experience and the credentials, and I'm honored to have him back on the show. I want to welcome my good brother, Craig, to the DBDS Live studio.
Good evening. How you fellas doing?
We're doing great, brother. Can't call it, man. Welcome to the King's Takeover. We appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you for having me.
Yes, sir. So listen, we have some new guests into the studio. Tell the people a little bit about yourself, where you from, and why you're on the show today.
My name is Greg Wells Sr. I'm the author of Truth Being Told, Why Men Cheat. I'm a stage playwright, screenwriter. I write music for ASCAP, and I'm all about the DBDS support for these relationships and for these topics that y'all have in hand today, which are going to be very good, and I'm excited to talk about them. Very excited.
Appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you. Thank you for coming back on. This is going to definitely be a lit show. Viewer discretion advised. All right.
Definitely.
No doubt. Next, coming to the DBDS Live studios, a brother who always speaks his mind. He's going to tell you more about the datinginterview.com that I would like for him to talk about. He's also an author. I want to welcome back my good brother, Eric, to DBDS Live.
How's it going?
Welcome back, my brother. Welcome back, man.
Well, thank you, man. Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, you're always part of the family. So we do have some new guests and some new people watching. Tell the people a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and why you're on the show today.
Well, my name is Eric, and I'm from Brooklyn, New York. No matter how many years I have not lived there, I'll always be from Brooklyn. I've written several books, and right now I'm working with a project called datinginterview.com, where we are encouraging people to ask questions in the very beginning stage. We are using this process as a weeding out. Also, you can use the questions to weed people out. And we have a presentation coming up, and all of those who participate, if you go to datinginterview.com, you're going to see all the wonderful things you're going to have access to if you decide to become part of the presentation. And it's for women. And I just finished a book for teenagers that are dealing with depression. That book could be out by the end of this month. Because I'm a former educator, I was able to see this up front and personal, so I felt compelled to write about it. And anyone interested in the book can go to, or can email me at teenagedepression45@gmail.com, or you can send the interview, your if your level of interest to also datinginterview.com. Thank you.
All right, man. Appreciate you having back on. As I mentioned, always, man, you do so much for the community, and I'm glad to have you back on the show, my man.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Anytime, my brother. And next, coming into the DBDS Live studio is a brother who practices what he preaches, constantly sending me gems. I'm a huge avid when it comes to books. I love reading all types of self-development books. I want to welcome back my brother Floyd to the DBDS Live studio.
Hey, my brother, how you doing?
Man, just enjoying this beautiful Sunday with my brothers, man. So listen, welcome back. Tell the people a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and why you're on the show today.
Well, my name is Floyd General. I live in California. Beautiful wife, a beautiful son. Of course, the topics we're going to talk about today, I think it's a topic that should have been spoken about a long time ago. I think there are certain people that's taking advantage of us, and I think that needs to stop. The only way that we're going to have a healthy relationship is for us to come together and have some intelligent conversation. So I'm definitely looking forward to the topics and hearing what these other brothers got to say as well. So thank you for allowing me to be here.
Yes, sir, man. Listen, Floyd, we're trying to play catch up because Queens, man, they're about to be on their 10th series. So Tanisha and Natima, if you're watching, Mika, we got you. Me and Carl and I are going to catch up. You know what I'm saying? So thank you, Floyd, for coming back on, man. Appreciate it. And listen, you thought that was it? Nah, man, that's not it. This is the King Takeover, my people. So next, coming into the DBDS Live studio is a brother who was constantly dropping educational videos to help our brothers and sisters to become a better version of themselves. And I love it, man. I even post them right on dearbrothersdearsisters.com. The brother got the gift, I have to say. So I want to welcome back my man, Lamar, to the DBDS Live studio.
Thank you.
Yes,
I'm on a takeover. Yes,
sir.
Yeah, I'm on a takeover. Yeah, I just thought you had me on the regular one. I'm on a takeover now. What's going on, world? What's going on, world?
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. He's hype, man. He's hype.
Yeah,
so,
man.
Listen, man. So tell the people a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and why you're on the show today.
Yeah, I'm from Queens, New York. So New York's in the building today. So just want to put that out there. I'm an author, All right, got my children's book out. Yeah, right there.
Mm.
Um, Motivational speaker, a student retention specialist. For those that's like, well, what that mean? As I go into schools, I work with the guidance counselors, the principals, some of the teachers on students' behavior, grades, and self improvement. Um, Outside of that, I'm a father, a husband, um, and I, like you just said, T, my gift, and my gift is for today is for direction.
Mm.
That's what I'm gonna be focused on today. But on the show is the direction. Where are we going starting today? So if you on today and you looking for some guidance and some direction, you got the right brothers in your ear today.
Whew. Man, couldn't have said it even better, man. You know, anytime, man, you get onto the king or queen takeover, man, that's on a whole nother level, man. Because now you got these intelligent professional brothers that's really gonna tell you exactly what they think and how they express their thoughts and feelings, just to help solidify us as a great people. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate all my brothers from coming on. So let's get started, man. So the first subtopic that I would like to touch on, man, is, man, are men valued only for money and entertainment? Yeah. So this is a great topic that we're going to begin the show with, man. And I just want to state, for my thoughts on this, I would say in this dating climate that there are a lot of sisters who put money and entertainment before a man's character, because I hate to say this, man, but our hip hop culture amplifies non-traditional ways, radical feminism ideals, and financial gratification. You know, think about the City Girls, the Megan Thee Stallions, and so forth. So not only that, we have that, but we also have these influencers and so-called love coaches, scammers, who present this illusion that the right man will give you all of his resources, constantly take you on lavish trips and expensive restaurants, take you shopping and so forth. But that's not the reality. And sadly, most of our sisters are single because they are following this trend and missing opportunities with women out there who are financially stable and rich in character. So first, I would like to come to my brother Greg. Do you think everything that I mentioned contributes to how some sisters view us in this manner?
I would have to say that men are choosing to lead with their wallets to gain women's attention and anything else that comes with that woman. And when a man makes that choice, then he must accept what comes with that choice. And to the women whom are opting to move in that direction, same thing applies to them. If that's how you're presenting yourself, then you got to respect what comes with that choice as well. It's all about choices, in my opinion.
Okay. Very well said, man. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, everything that you stated is true. And may I add to the sisters out there, I mean, you are presenting another opportunity, or say opportunities for other women to have access to a good man you are rejecting due to this mindset. I always tell sisters, get to know the man and pay attention to his character, not how much he has in his wallet. So in other words, don't come with this rigid mindset that you only prefer expensive dinner, because number one, it shows that you're not flexible. Number two, it shows that you're only thinking about yourself. And number three, you're not allowing him to lead, because the first time you see a man in a leadership role is how he plans, executes, and what's his agenda behind everything. So next, I am coming to Eric. In this dating climate, do you find this challenging? Do you think most of our sisters have this mindset when it comes to dating?
Seeing on social media is it's really stuff. This speaks to a larger issue. I get it. You have a lot of women that are hurt, a lot of women that are tired, a lot of women that feel like they've been played. So I think they feel like if I grab the reins and change it around and give myself more power, it's going to work. It's going to work out for me. But I'm just going to let them know it's not going to work. And I want to speak to the men. I'm going to share something with you real quickly. My mom told me over 30 years ago, before I even started dating, and she sat me down and she says, Eric, the most valuable thing you can give to a woman is yourself. And I never forgot that. So when I did meet women that started out with these requirements of restaurants and bags and jewelry, guess whose voice I heard? I heard my mother's voice, and I kindly say, thanks for no thanks. God bless you. Go in peace. So, it's I would say for the men out here, don't listen to these different narratives and just kind of stick to who you are as a person. And you're more than your wallet. You're more than your wallet.
Very well said. Yeah, well said, my brother. And everything that you stated is right on. And I tell my brothers that you're not obligated, as you stated here. Listen, you're not obligated to do those things. And when you see those signs from a particular woman, it really shows her superficial character, that she's very shallow, and all she cares about is what you bring to the table, not you as a person, and that's not the right way to go. You know what I'm saying? Floyd, listen, it's getting out of control, and I know you're fortunate to have an amazing wife, but do you think in today's dating climate that this is becoming normal?
Yeah, definitely. I like what the guys said so far. I really like what our brother said. I think as men, we have to ask ourselves what our true worth is, because you're always going to lead by what you think about yourself, and you're only going to
Facts.
attract who you are. Um, I think a lot of men that lead with their wallet, a lot of times they just don't have a strong self-esteem about themselves. They don't know their true value or their true worth, because when you know that, you can avoid a lot of that stuff. Like when I met my wife, I didn't leave with my wallet. I met her at a restaurant in the mid of COVID, and bought me a burrito and chips. Wasn't
There
no
you go.
big meal and that. And we went for we met a Saturday, on a Sunday went to a park, walked around the park, had some real conversation about life, and here I am right now with an incredible woman. And it wasn't a $80 meal. I think we spent maybe $30 for drinks and food, and I ended up with a woman that's incredible. You know, Again, I knew what I was looking for. I knew my worth. I knew my value. And I'd met women that were beautiful and all that stuff, but they wasn't friendly. They wasn't courteous. They didn't smile. They didn't know how to carry a healthy conversation. And when I met my wife, one of the things that stood out about her was that not only was she beautiful, but she was intelligent. She uh, she didn't mind serving me as a husband. I think one of the things that really caught me was like one day I'm at her house and she brings a foot spa, and I'm like, "What are you about to do with a
Oh,
foot spa?" And I had never had anyone treat me like that, never in my life.
wow.
And
She
I
was
was
about to
like,
clean those alligator toes, man. She was cleaning those
Man, look,
alligator toes, brother.
uh, time. But but it blew me away, and that was the beginning of me really realizing that there are still some women out there that really do understand um, how to love a man. One thing about
Mm.
my wife was she was healed. She knew what she wanted, and I knew what I wanted. So when we got together, it was difficult.
Wow. It's amazing, man. I'm glad you share that story. And because I could relate to you, Floyd. When I first met my wife, she was never impressed by money.
Hmm?
And so the other men before me that led with their wallet and took her on these expensive activities were those that were rich in character. And you see, she wanted someone with substance. And to me at that time, I knew she was bride worthy. I eliminate my rotation bench, and I knew that she was the one, because that tells me that a person like that, as well as your wife and other women out there, that they understand that anything can happen in life in the drop of a dime. And you want to be with a woman that's going to be with you no matter what, through thick and thin, through rich or poor. You want to, that's very important. You know what I'm saying? So Lamar, what are your thoughts on this topic?
Yeah, I'm looking at basically this topic. That's society. If that's what society is telling you, that's cool. That's not me. But I'm gonna be transparent where I was that guy that felt like I gotta have money. I gotta do the entertainment, the rapper's way, because that's what my surroundings is around. This is what, I'm seeing. This is, the women I'm attracting to. So I assume, I'm using that word assume, that that's what women want. You gotta have money. You gotta go to the restaurants that people talk about. You gotta buy the things. You gotta wear these certain clothes. You gotta, do all this. And what happened was me doing that. I went through relationship after relationship, hitting the wall. Kept hitting the wall, and I wasn't getting through it, right?
Right.
And when I met my wife, our first date, again, mentality, thinking I still need to be there. I couldn't pay for the first date. I couldn't pay for the first date. So she paid for the first date. The next day, because I was so embarrassed, and I'm still thinking she's the same, she got that same mentality the other girls I dealt with. I didn't call her, text her, none. Later that day, she's called me, cursing me out. Oh, we went out, and I'm thinking, because I'm a loser. I'm like, yo, he's a lame. He ain't got no money. He can't pay for the date. And she's like, I went out with you. It's because you talked to me different. You treated me different. And our first date, you were totally different than the guys I was with. I didn't go on the first date with you because you're gonna pay for my meal. Let me tell you something. I could pay for my own meal. I work 2 jobs. Okay, I understand, Lamar, that you helping your mom with the rent and the bills. I understand that you paying to go to college. I understand that you working a job that you're really not making that much money. So I didn't go out and spend my time just for your money. I didn't go out to spend my time for your money. Let me tell you something. After that, I made her a promise. I said, when I finish school, when I'm done with everything, I promise you, if you still with me, she stopped me. She said, listen, as long as you paying, you helping your mom with the rent and the food, as long as you paying for school, and as long as you doing what you need to do, and you stay true to me, I'll pay for every day. That was different. That was different. I never had that in my life. No woman's never said, I got you.
Wow.
My wife was the first woman. I was 23 when I met my wife. 23. She said, I got you. You just keep doing what you're doing because I see value and I see potential in you. I don't see, oh, you got the latest sneakers. You got the nice gear. No, I see potential.
Wow.
I'm good. I work 2 jobs. I don't need you. I want you. Come on. I want you. I don't need you. Don't ever get it twisted that I need your money. I don't need your little couple dollars. You took me to Johnny Rockets. You didn't take me nowhere special. Don't get it twisted. And it humbled me to let me know. I tell you this, fellas, that same day when I got home, I deleted every female's phone number. Stay with me. I deleted every single female's phone number other than my sisters, my aunts, and my mothers. And I made a vow to myself that day that I will give her 1,000% of me because I owe her that. And to this day, 13 years later, 3 kids, 13 years later, I'm still paying for that first date because she value the potential, not the dollar.
Wow. Wow. Oh, that's amazing, man. Man, that's amazing, man. And I'm glad everyone is tuning into the show because I told you it was going to be some great gems that's going to be shared amongst the audience. And I love what you stated, you know, everything you stated, Lamar, because my wife and I, man, when we met, and I posted on my page just a couple of days ago, but we met downtown and we walked around 2 hours just having a deep conversation. It's like we just slept with each other's mind and everybody else was blocked out. And all we had was a Subway sandwich, my man. Now to this very day, we beautiful family, house, home, everything. You know what I'm saying? So women like this, we just trying to state that women like this still do exist out here. But there's also this false narrative that's trying to push the other side that money comes before character, and that's not the case. So listen, Carl, is this normal in today's dating world that men are only valued for their money and entertainment activities?
I I love everything that our brothers have said already. It's unfortunately it's more a norm than it's not, but again, a lot of that falls on the men, and it falls on guys that feel like they have no game, they have no way of doing things, and they have to go out of their way to prove themselves with this. And because of that mindset, you have a lot of people screaming that, hey, this is what men are supposed to do, and go out here. But again, you look at social media, you look at stuff, you look at when women say, hey, a first date at a coffee shop is unacceptable. The first date at Applebee's is unacceptable. If he's not spending $100, $200, I mean, I've been in a situation where literally they wanted to go to a restaurant that was going to cost me $250 on a first date. And my thing was, well, what do you normally eat when you go there? And she couldn't name anything on the menu. And so she got blocked in my phone immediately. I didn't even go on a date. I was like, I'm not even going to do this. So, but this is, again, you're asking me to spend $250 on you on a first date. I don't care how much we talk on the phone. I'm still trying to see if we're connecting in public, in person. And so a lot of the men that I coach are running into this, and they're being told that they must be broke, they're not a real man, all these different things. And again, it's because there are men out there that have this. There are men out there who have it, who it's fun and it is entertaining. They're out and they're literally spending up their money. It's entertainment. They want this. They want eye candy. They want somebody on their arm, and they think it's great. It's cute. And then once they get what they want, they're out. And then you see the screaming on Facebook, oh, he's a loser. And she's posting screenshots, of their conversations. And, I can't believe he did me like this. There's no good men out there. But quality men are not leading with money and not looking for entertainment. They're looking for partnership. They're looking to build something. But the narrative is out there. Think about it. You go on a date, and how many people relate to this? Both sides. You go on a date, and what is she doing? She's taking a picture of her food, and she's posting it on Instagram or Facebook for everybody to like and click and applaud. Out here. She didn't take a picture of him with the food. She took a picture of the food and put it out there. You look at and think about this. There was an athlete. And I'm just trying not to put names too much out there. They plays for the Warriors. That went on a date with a singer and spent I believe it was $500,000 on the first date. Their first date out.
Oh,
and again, he's a ball player. I think it was $500,000. Yeah, definitely $500,000. Bought her a car, and all this other stuff. And she's a musician. But my point is that is looked at as what needs to be the norm. So if you're not spending this, if you think you're going to take me to a museum for a first date, you're a loser. I want courtside seats to see LeBron. If you're not flying me out and putting me up in a 5-star hotel and spending $2,000-3,000 on me, don't call me. They'll just, I mean, this is what's out there. So again, there is a small percentage, I believe, of ladies. I mean, I'm gonna change the narrative, not women, ladies, who understand it's not about the money. It's about the man's character. But there's a large percentage that are looking at it. I've got 2 sons, dating ages, 26 and 20. In 20, he'll be 21 in September. And they face these things sometimes, and they're like, yeah, I met this girl, and she's like, when am I going to take her shopping? Or when am I going to do this? And I'm like, I block her.
Wow.
Don't even deal with her. And so I'm raising them that way. Keep your wallet. You don't need to know. If that's the first thing somebody's doing, then it's not. It is such a beautiful thing to have someone who values for you, reciprocates. She pays for stuff. She does stuff. And I know a lot of people say, oh, well, every man needs to pay for everything. But when you're in a reciprocating relationship, it makes your heart skip a beat. And as a man, when you have that, there's not a brick wall you won't run through for that woman when she's doing that. When she's like, I got dinner. I got this for you. I'm doing this for you. It's not that you don't have it, but she's helping. And when you have someone blessed like that, you're blessed to have someone like that. It's amazing because if a struggle comes, she's got your back.
Facts,
and as a man, you're not going to stay down long because you know what you got there. She doesn't have to say anything to you. What she's done in that seed sowing time is going to cause you to excel. But yeah, I think the major narrative today is it's money and entertainment. That's what men are for. I'm going to bounce through all the men, and if you're not sending $100 to start the conversation, then I'm not entertaining you.
Wow. Yeah, go ahead, my brother Floyd. Hop on in.
I mean, everything like Carl was talking about. Like I said, one of the things that attracted me to my wife was that, because I had been with the pretty women, beautiful women, all that different stuff. But again, with those women that I had no peace. I had no peace. It was constant disrespect. Feeling like I'm the one that have to add everything, bring everything to the table. And a lot of times you end up giving out more to what you don't get back in return. Like I said with my wife, for her, it was my character. When I first came in, there were certain things that needed fixing. She didn't have to ask me to fix those things. As a man, I saw things need to be fixed, and I fixed it. So she was looking at what type of man I was. Are there some things that need to get done? And did she have to tell me to get these, to do these things? As a man, I came in, saw some things, saw our house wasn't really secure, made sure that our house was secure. When I met her, she had a 9-year-old son. She was looking at what type of character do I have? Because if I'm gonna be in her life, I'm also gonna be helping her to raise this son. So she was looking at all those other things because she wasn't just thinking about herself. She was also thinking about her son. What type of man are you going to be? And again, my wife didn't need me. She wanted me. She was very well capable of taking care of herself. So she already had a career, already had things established, but she was like, okay, wait a minute. I'm looking for character in a man. Is he respectable? Is he, can he unselfishly love me and my child? And so by her allowing me to be a man, it gave me an opportunity to explore some other areas of myself as a man that I didn't even know exist.
Wow.
Because I don't come home. I don't have to battle for my position. I don't have to fight. I don't have to come home with with battle gear on. Stick my finger in the door to see what the temperature is of the house before I go in.
Metal Gear, man, Metal Gear. That's what they do in the game, man.
I'd have to send in the drone to see if everything is safe in the house before I walk into the house. So and I think a lot of women are missing out on some good men. I think Carl said it that when you're looking for those type of men with six figures, a lot of times their character don't match the figures.
Exactly.
They may be driving a nice car or anything or stuff like that, but what's driving them? So a lot of times, and then by the time they circle back around, for this man that's supposed to be a square and all that different stuff, now they don't hit the wall, and Father Time is knocking at the front door. They don't want to answer it. Yeah. So it's like, hey, and I think Carlos talked about this before. I'm blessed. Like I said, I'm blessed, but we got to change the narrative.
Yeah, very well said, man. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, and here's the man out. Like all my brothers stated on this panel. Listen, my brothers, if you're out there leading with your wallet and you trying to figure out why is it that I keep on attracting gold diggers and charity cases and freeloaders, then it's very likely that you are using your financial asset as bait to attract these women, and you lack the creative mindset to show them who you truly are. So if you want to eliminate that, if you want to come back to the light and you don't want to get taken advantage of, then stop what you're doing and start establishing healthy boundaries. All right. So listen, we're going to bring up some comments. It's time to get the DBDS family into the thick of things here. So the first comment that I'm going to pull up here.
From Naomi. I guess she got her wine and taking notes.
Shout out to Naomi. Appreciate that. Okay.
True. One of our Facebook users.
Okay.
She hit the hot Greg. Something you said, Greg.
She's like,
wetting.
I know. Next one.
A woman's highest need is security, emotional, physical, and financial security. She doesn't need rich, just not broke. You don't need to outperform a hedge fund. Outperform a hedge fund. Just know how to handle your money properly.
Facts, man. Next one.
Great topic, my brothers. Not just money, it could be sex also. If you see she cares more about the things you give her, she doesn't love you. She loves what you give her, not you. Love is priceless. It can't be bought.
Well said. Big one right here.
Dated a woman just recently that would consistently ask for help with something and was always wanted to go out to eat. Needed a phone bill, gas, etc. Even wanted me to buy her a wig. And she has hair that comes down to her butt. She never reciprocate her love for me. In the process, I got hurt. I told her that I felt used and she got mad and blocked me. But it was definitely a blessing because it showed me her true colors after 2 years. I was a simp and I paid the price, and it's definitely got more.
Let me see. It stopped there. Guess he
probably is definitely a learning experience. Yeah, because I always do that. I can't hear.
Damn, brother, 2 years.
Takes time. Sometimes it takes you a while to start getting hit. Powerful testimony from Naomi.
All right, appreciate the comment. Sound like that brother was stuck in the Septonio matrix.
Yep.
But anyway, we like to have fun up here, man. So listen, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Great comments, keep them coming. This is the Kane Takeover series. Don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You and I, we talk all the time, and really, man, I just give much love and appreciation to you for founding DBDS and starting it, man, because it's not normal. There's so much banter back and forth, and just like you and I talked about earlier, before we got on, who's going to raise the white flag first?
Hey! That's beautiful.
Hi, I'm so excited. This is my first Queen Takeover. Usually I'm in with the fellas, but I'm excited today.
So once again, I want to thank this amazing panel and much love to the DBDS family.
Mel, take it
us
away.
Mel.
So many people are calling for police reform. And so because they're calling for police reform, they may not understand that there are many organizations who are already responding.
And I feel like you have to really get to know people, see if they share the same core values as you before you get involved with them.
I want to ask a question as to how we got to this place right here, where mask wearing, where COVID-19, where public health is all politicized. I really want you all to think about this. How did we get to this particular point?
It's really a nice balance when femininity and masculinity can mix together and just create this awesome, experience.
All right. Welcome back to the King Takeover series. I'm here with my DBDS brothers, my brother Greg, my brother Lamar, my brother Floyd, my brother Eric, and my DBDS partner, Carl, the accountability coach, aka Passport Brothers, sponsor. And listen, we just been dropping some nuggets. We've been just dropping some nuggets, and we're going to just keep it moving, man. So the second topic that we're going to touch on that is very important, man, and I know Lamar likes this picture, is this guy, man. Man, there's nothing wrong with telling a woman no, she's not entitled to you, right? So, man, I'm just gonna bring my perspective into this here. My thing is that it is true today because it displays, I think, when you say no, healthy boundaries are created. So that way, low quality women will not be able, to take advantage of you. And you see certain women who want the men to always say yes. Trust me, they are not looking for a leader, a provider, or a protector. They are looking for someone that they can mold and control. And when you deny those expectations, these women will then become ratchet, and they will constantly name call you and say comments like you're broke, or and that's irrational because they don't know your finances, or brag about how many men are lined up to want to be with them. But that's not even true because they're not single by choice, but more often it's their nasty attitude. And listen, this pushes good quality men away. So I tell my brothers out there, if you're looking for a bride-worthy woman, to establish healthy boundaries. And if you get rejected, then that's okay, because that's going to make you a stronger person. No means you have healthy boundaries, right? So I'm going to first come to my brother Floyd. What are your thoughts on this topic and how important saying no is, or is having healthy boundaries, how important that is for a man?
What you're saying is so true. I think a lot of times, if you don't set those boundaries, then a person don't know how far to go. There's certain non-negotiable that you have to set right out the gate. It's not because you're cute and beautiful, but you got a little crazy that I'm going to overlook your crazy because you're beautiful, or you have a nice body, whatever it is. So I think a lot of times, a lot of men get caught up in the fact that she's being disrespectful. She's not really bringing nothing to the table other than the kitty cat, Right. But because she's cute, I'm allowed to talk to me any type of way until I get what I want. The thing about it is, you're going to attract what you are. You're going to attract what you are. No one is entitled to anything that they haven't worked for.
Wow.
At the end of the day, my wife gets everything from me, not because she's entitled to it. It's because she allows me to be myself. So, which in turn allows me to give her, everything she asked me for. She don't act as if she's entitled to anything. Not one day has she ever acted like that, not once. And still, like, I think 2-3 years ago, 2 years, Carl came to my wedding. Incredible, you know. But because she allows me, she don't tell me, well, this is what I need, and this is what I need, and this is what you should do, and this is what you should do. You know, she just allows me to be a man. A man naturally wants to give and provide for, but he don't want to. But he don't want to have to be forced to. Like somebody trying to sell him something. You know, and I think a lot of times these women feel like, like they have to sell something. You don't have to. If you just acting feminine, a true feminine woman automatically going to attract a man that naturally by default wants to do what he's supposed to do as a man.
Man, very well said, my brother. Listen, before we keep it moving, I just want to give a shout out to Felicia, Shaheen, my brother Herman, great DJ, by the way, be killing it. Jamal, Christopher. Shout out to my sisters, Crystal, Maria, my brother Steven, Rami, Toya. Thank you all for tuning in. And if I haven't called your name, we're just going to keep the show flowing. So appreciate that. Yeah, Floyd, everything that you said is true, but you see what this whole radical feminist movement is trying. I feel like they're trying to spread this agenda to normalize this behavior, like this yes man, that's what they want. Like they want the mother and child relationship, not a man and woman relationship. In all honesty, I mean, you see how these men are being portrayed on TV. Most of the characters you see on TV are like bubbling fools who, embrace these nice guy syndrome to put these certain sisters on a high pedestal. And sometimes you even have these male influencers who agree with this notion, catering to this narrative. So when a man with substance or healthy boundaries is presented to these women, they're not used to these men telling them, no, you're not entitled to my resources. And then all of a sudden they lash out like Thundercats. They lashing out and they're finding some poor simp to satisfy their behavior when it's highly irrational. You know what I'm saying? So Lamar, what are your thoughts on men who aren't afraid to say no, that you're not entitled for anything until you have earned it? What are your thoughts on that?
Let me start it with this. If you don't say yes, fellas, if you don't say yes to a woman, make sure you're not saying no to yourself. We'll say that again. If you don't say yes, if you're going to be a yes man to a woman, make sure you're not a no to yourself. So we're yes and everything because we want to get to the happy place. The grown man gifts. We want that. But it's killing you. You're saying no, and now you're playing adjustment with your life and your time and your money. One thing I learned, fellas, dating my wife at the time, she said, when I was dating her, she said, stop saying yes to me. You say yes to everything. One, that makes you soft. My wife, she told me, she's like, yo, that makes you soft. If you want to say no, say no. I got thick skin. I said, ooh, hold up. Say that again. You got what? Oh, I got thick skin. She said, say no when it's actually the actual reason to say no. I'm okay with that. If you say, I wanted to be like, oh, we're going to go do this and do that. And my wife is one of those thinkers of like, okay, my money is your money is my money, it's our money. So when you want to go, you want to do all this stuff throughout the whole thing, hold up. We could just narrow that all down. You ain't got to sweep me off the feet. I ain't no Disney character. I said, ooh. She's like, I'm okay with the simple things. I don't need the red carpet every day, every time. Say no. If it's really not in your budget or in our budget, I'm okay with that. But say no because it's a real reason to say no. Don't be scared of the no. We're not going to get into an argument. I'm not going to walk out and leave you. I'm not going to disrespect you. But you telling me no, respectfully, let me get there. Respectfully, you're telling me no, I can accept it. But if you talk to me and you tell me no in a disrespectful way, then 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 we got a different problem. And so I had to learn that over the time being with her because again, we're men. Oh, I got it. I walk around with my chest out. And what happens is you walking around with your chest out, fellas, but you broke and you hurt. And now you confused. And now you just spiraling around and you're like, oh, I did that for her. And she didn't do this and do that. And now you confused. And now you sit here and you're trying to figure out why is it not working, T? Floyd, why is it not working for me? Greg, why is it not working? This is my 18th relationship in a year. Why is it not working for me? I can't get this right. Why am I still getting the wall? It's because one, you haven't took the value of yourself and presented it to her. You know, Eric, like we got to present that. What value are you bringing? You cannot bring a yes man into a relationship. You cannot be a yes man over and over and over. And she's like, you're a sucker. She's saying that. And if she's not saying it, her friends are saying it. And if her friends ain't saying it, her family is saying it. He a sucker. Why he doing all that for you? You ain't worth that. What you mean he did? Oh, let me talk to him. Because you ain't worth it. But he's so scared because we're going to get into an argument if I say no. You're going to break up with me if we say no. We're going to get a divorce if you say no. So you lose your no. And while you losing your no, you're losing yourself. So find your no and say it respectfully.
Wow. Damn, man. Carl, man, look like we're going to burn the studio down. Brothers are coming with the heat today. No, that's true. I mean, everything you stated, Lamar, man, that shows that a man has a backbone. And if you cannot stand up to your woman, what makes you think you can really stand up to the physical dangers out there to protect her or the verbal assaults that come along with her? You know, I find it that, ironically, the sisters that want the men to jump whenever they say to jump are the same ones that they lose attraction for over a short period of time, you know, ironically. So listen, I'm now coming to my brother Greg, man. I want to get your thoughts on this because this is a really powerful topic, man.
Most certainly is. And I think one of the problems is some of the Johnsons, the Jacksons, the Lees, and the Smiths are trying to keep up with the Joneses. And the Joneses are mainly coming from the internet, television today, social media. And like you already touched on, some of these guys on these reels online. And at the end of the day, I like what my guy said about yes man, because as fellas, we don't respect a yes man. You don't want a guy around you that's gonna say yes to everything you do. So you know a woman is not gonna respect it. You can love and respect that woman without saying yes to everything she wants, everything she requests. And if you're going to be a stand-up dude, which you should be, then it comes with knowing and having knowledge of what you should be, when you should be, why you should be, how you should be. It shouldn't take a woman telling you what you should be, when you should be, how you should be, because it's like she's raising another child. So if you want to be a stand-up man and not be a yes man, then I think as a man, you need to know where you stand with yourself first before even approaching that woman. And any woman feeling entitled to you, it's up to you as a man to make that woman respect you. That's my opinion.
Wow. Okay, my brother. I mean, I think it makes, for me, I love what you said, G, because I think it makes the right woman more attracted to you because it does establish that you have healthy boundaries. And, you know, how can I not gravitate that particular woman to that substance? She loves that, you know what I'm saying? Eric, man, what are your thoughts on this topic?
Well, my answer is very short. You're entitled to feel however way you want to feel entitled. I mean, that's on you.
Yeah.
But with me, I've never given space to entitlement. I've never given space to disrespect. I've never given expect me to say yes to everything they wanted. So you're entitled to feel however way you want to feel, but please understand if it doesn't coincide with who I am and what I need and want, it's just gonna go through one ear and out through the other. So that's how I've always lived my life. It goes back to simplicity. Remember what
Right.
we talked about that before the show? I'm a very simple dude. I'm not complicated. I say exactly what I want, what I need, and if it's like, if it's not something that you can do, then we both move on. I've never been the type that became so in love and infatuated. The best thing that ever happened to me was being made fun of by girls my age when I was little, because what it showed me very early is that there are a lot of pretty women, but they're not pretty on the inside. So I learned that at a very early age. So as I started to date in my teens, my 20s, seeing a beautiful woman didn't make me, react in the same way that a lot of men, because my thing is, yeah, you look good, but what type of person are you? A good person? That's what I care about. So like I said, I'm very simple. So you're entitled to feel however way you want to feel. That has nothing to do with me. At the end of the day, it has nothing to do with me. You want to be entitled? That's fine. But please know that, Elvis have left the building.
Oh, man.
Elvis
Okay,
have left the building. That's fine.
Nah, man, that's absolutely right, man. And those are some valid points you made. So Floyd, man, I'm coming back to you, and then I'll go to my brother Carl, man. What other thoughts you want to bring to the table?
Everything that these brothers said is right on point. I'm just gonna add, a lot of women are looking for you to say no. They're gonna test you to see how far they can go. The brother that says no is more intriguing to her than the one that always says yes. So especially if she's thinking about, well, because I'm beautiful, I have all these attributes. Most of the guys are going to say yes to her because they want what she got. But when a guy is looking and saying, yeah, you're beautiful, you got all the attributes and stuff, but that don't mean nothing to me. No. She'll be like, what? Wait a minute, I'm not used to hearing that. I'm not used to hearing that. That's going to be more intriguing to her than the guy that's always telling her yes. And then she's gonna, anytime you can't say yes, then you're gonna lose her respect. You're gonna lose her respect.
Facts.
And then eventually, when you look in the mirror, you don't even recognize yourself anymore because you're used to saying yes anymore. You're used to saying yes so much that you don't even recognize who you are as a man. And I think a lot of times, because she might want to do something, but if you say yes to her, it might be detrimental to you and to her and to whatever else is going on. You saying no could probably save her life and yours.
Facts, man. Facts. Yeah, Lamar, you want to jump in?
Nah, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm so bad. I'm so bad. My pen is over there. I'm so bad right now. I don't want to get up. I'm loving it right now.
So I love to hear it, man. Listen, and Carl, that's the thing. I think a lot of brothers that are afraid to say no, maybe they just don't want to rock the boat because they feel that that woman would walk away from them. They have that fear. That's that nice guy syndrome, man. So how important it is for a man to have these healthy boundaries and know when to say no.
There's a lot I want to kind of touch base with. Actually, shift.
Okay.
This camera. I want to get this kind of get that glare out of there. Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna get that glare out of there. One of the things that I'm gonna say is, when you're dealing with this stuff, and I went through it in my marriage when I was married, and there were times I would say no, and it caused conflict and get mad, and then I had to hear, her mom's mouth, her dad's mouth, her girl's mouth, because I said no, but the no was for protection for us. So it got to a point where I decided I wanted peace or war or no, and then I started saying yes, and it caused other issues. So I agree. You gotta maintain that no. And again, that's why we're not married anymore. So she couldn't handle the no's, because we reverted back to those no's, and it wasn't for control. It was out of safety for the household. And a couple of things I'll say is, if you're telling somebody no and they're throwing a fit, especially somebody you're looking to build a life with and a partnership with. And again, the no is not out of spite. Again, you're not doing it out of spitefulness. You're not doing it just to see as a test or whatever. It's a no because it's no. Hey, we really can't do this. And no, this isn't the time. This isn't the season. This is if you're a leader, you have to be able to say no. It's part of leadership. It's part of being. It's part of being in lead hership. You're leading her ship. You're leading the ship with her on it. It's part of no. You have to say no. It's just, I'm ex-military. You're sitting on the ship and we got to course correct. And you're looking at it like, well, do we course correct and go this way? And there's got to be a no. It's got to be a definitive decision made. And it may go against what she may see. But if you're the visionary, you've got to keep that direction. So you have to be able to say no. But if someone, again, I go back to if somebody's throwing a temper tantrum and you're saying no, they're used to never being told no. That's an entitlement spirit. And see, that entitlement spirit will take you to the cleaners. That entitlement spirit will have you in court getting a divorce, and they're saying, oh, because I'm bored. No, they're not bored. They're tired of being told no and being told to grow up to be an adult. See, they'll get in that situation. They'll get into the entitlement thing, or it'll go out and it'll bankrupt you because they feel entitled and they're going against the grain. You can't have that. So as a man, part of being in leadership, you have to be able to say no respectfully, as Lamar said, respectfully. And it's not because you're testing someone. It's not because you're being spiteful. It's just, hey, we can't afford this car right now, or we don't need a bigger house right now, or no, this trip is not a good time to take right now, or I don't think we need to spend this right now. And again, you're a team, your partnership, you're a team. So you're having a discussion because again, if you're saying no, you should be able to explain your no on there. If you can't explain your no, then you're just being spiteful with your no as a man. And that's wrong. That's totally wrong. You're not even leading the right way. But if you can explain the no, and they still don't get it and still don't understand it, you may need to, if you're in a dating stage, you may need to look elsewhere. If it's your spouse, you guys got to have a sit down. It's a hard sit down conversation and say, look, the ship cannot steer in two directions, because if we do, we're just going to go around in circles. We can't keep spinning the wheel, or we're going to rip the ship apart, and that's when you go apart. So that's just my biggest thing. I think, like I said, again, there's nothing wrong with saying no. And again, the guys talked about the beauty part. I posted something yesterday and I said, and this isn't just directed at women, this is even for men. Your looks are not getting you who you want because they're literally smelling the rottenness of your insides.
Damn.
And people are missing what I was trying to say, because your insides are rotten. They're terrible. Your character, your values, all that sucks. And you think you're entitled because of your looks, whether that's a man or a woman in this situation. The post is going against either one. I know we're talking about right now, but you're not entitled just because you look good. And again, that's what we're going back and forth yesterday with that individual.
Right.
And she said it. If you're a top chick, you guys are going to get plain women, plain Janes, because you're not willing to go all out and spend your money on the right woman so that you can have a top looking chick. I don't need a top looking chick with fake hair, fake boobs, fake eyelashes, fake nails, and a fake accent trying to tell me what I need. There's nothing top about a fake chick. I'm sorry. And I don't want a chick. If I want a chick, I'll go to Popeyes and get some chicken. I don't want a chick. No, I want a lady. And that's the difference. So if I have
chicken head.
I want a chicken head. And I mean, and it's keeping it real. If you can't tell somebody no, or you got to spend your money and you're going through all this stuff as a mean, and that's the only way you can get them, and the only way they're going to deal with you, that's basically legalized prostitution. It's a transaction. We got to come away from that. We got to come away from that. So men saying no saves you. Just because she's the finest thing on the block, no. Hey, I grew up in New York. There was 10 Nia Longs, 10 Holly Berries, 10 Jada Pickens, 10 on every corner. For those of them on every corner, there was 10.
Going hard, man. You going hard, brother. Go ahead.
There was 10. I dated them. So what? It's no big deal. It's not that hard to get a beautiful woman. But you got great character, great values. I've never had to leave my wallet. I've never had to open my wallet and to give somebody $100 to have a conversation. I've never had a problem telling somebody no. You ask me for something, that's why they get blocked. I tell you, my partner, king of block. I block, delete, block, delete, block, delete. I went through all of that. That's
king of block, man.
Because I'm not going to do that. If I feel like you feel you're entitled, I'm going the other direction. I dealt with entitlement. I will never deal with it again.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh. Carl, who pissed you off, man? Oh, man, who pissed you off? Oh, they done got him mad. Oh, they done got him mad. Oh, man.
Well, there's a period.
I have to say, man. Eric.
No, I said period at the end of that sentence.
No, he's spitting, man, spitting those bars, man. That's why I think he used to rhyme back in the day. He don't want to admit it, but he used to, you know what I'm saying? But,
yo, he got me goosebumps, man. He said 10 Neil Long. Oh my God. I'm like, somebody take his phone from him. Get that bike from him. They gonna get us killed. We ain't got no insurance bucket here. We ain't got no insurance here. You can't be out here with that. You're gonna need security after this one, man.
It's life, bro. It's life, man. You down with this in New York? Hey, they out there. They on every corner, man. You know, so that's why I said when beauty does nothing for me. It's nice to have a beautiful woman on my arm. Yes, I love it. But your attraction, your beauty does nothing for me. What's on your inside? Because if we cut, it's like I said, you can look at a grapefruit and it looks beautiful, and you cut it open, it's rotten on the inside, you mad. And that's what happens sometimes. We see somebody, and it's just, we look at this whole outward appearance, and we fail to cut it open or really look at it enough and smell it to realize, oh man, there's a stench from there. I don't need to be next to this person.
Yeah. And in the Carlos so right, they look at pretty beautiful, but you can find pretty walking down the street. There's no, okay, you're pretty, you're fine. Okay. I think a real man looks beyond that because he's been down that road and he really knows where that's gonna end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Facts. I mean, it's a lot to unpack, but everything that all my brothers are saying, man, you guys are right on point. And you don't want that rotten corpse next to you, man. You want someone that has great substance underneath the hood, and that's the narrative that we're trying to push. Because when I hear certain sisters, like the individual that we spoke of the other day, and she's saying that you have to pay $100 per conversation, and you barely don't even know who this woman is. That is insane. That is, and I'm sure the sisters that are watching, and shout out to Jamila, shout out to Miss Cook, shout out to Rhonda Smith. These sisters, they actually are agreeing with the brothers up here, because they love a man that has respect for himself. And if he has respect for himself, of course they're going to have respect for him. But if a man just literally just giving his resources away just because how you look, and every time you say yes, he jumps. You can tell him to jump off the Brooklyn Bridge and he jump. You're not going to respect that man. You're going to be like, oh, up to the next man. You know what I'm saying? So I know even the sisters out there agree with that, man. So listen, we're going to it's a lot of comments. It's time to bring the audience up to speed. Man, first comment I'm going to bring up is, where should I start at, man? All right, we'll start here.
If I like the woman and see potential in her, I'll let them be and see how they believe without me setting boundaries. Let them reveal their true nature and dismiss or continue to pursue them accordingly. And you got no time to waste.
Oh, so you let them hang themselves. Okay, brother. All right. Next one.
From Wanda, she said, "Great episode again. It's great to have healthy boundaries. The first date with my friend was less than $25. He couldn't believe that the atmosphere and the meal were good. Respect and reciprocation."
Facts, sister. Facts.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
At Floyd, so true. Some men want the challenge from a woman. Some don't want that woman that's easy and always says yes. By a woman saying no, even when he wants yes, speaks a lot of great attributes about a woman's standards.
Yep, absolutely.
Absolutely, coach.
Yeah, this is when you was killing it, Carl. All right, next one.
Yes, effective communication is key. All for explanations. I like that, Carl. Speak, brother.
Yeah, man. But pass me the plate, man. Next one.
I actually put my husband through, I call it a test 19 years ago. I wanted to see what his response would be during a specific situation. I wanted to see what he would say, and based on his response, which was no, it made me look at him in another aspect, and I respected him sooner, which allowed me to know at that time I could grow with this man. So chicks, it ain't popping, and you ain't all that when he says yes. He only tapping in and tapping out and building with the woman that allows him to say no.
Facts.
Whoa. Yep.
Wow. Whoever that is needing on the show. Next one.
That's my boy Jermaine. Power up. That's right.
And last comment right here.
At Carl, yes, it's not about all that superficial-ish. It's about what's within.
Yeah, facts, man. Thank you all for tuning in, man. Appreciate everyone. That's excellent comments, man. So thank you. I see more people tuning in. Sharina, who else? My boy Diaz. Thank you for joining us, man. This is such an amazing show, man. So listen, we're going to take another quick commercial break. We still have 2 more topics on our list here, so don't you go anywhere. This is the King Takeover. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the DBDS Live, man. I'm here with my DBDS brothers, my brother Greg, my brother Lamar, my brother Floyd, my brother Eric, my brother Carl. And listen, we are the Avengers. Now let me stop. This is DBDS Live, and you are tuned in to the hottest podcast on the planet, man. So thank you all for tuning in. And listen, we're going to keep the show rolling because of time constraints, because I definitely want to get to those 2 topics. So the next one that I want to touch on is why we men need to understand our value. And as I always state, man, the better you will attract a better partner. This is such a beautiful picture. So my thing is that it's critical because a man, I feel like, who values himself, as I stated earlier, they have that strong, healthy boundaries and moral codes. And to those who don't understand what moral codes are, it is a man personal relationship principles that he established and follows when looking for a suitable woman for a healthy monogamous relationship. Men who value themselves are not seeking approval or outside validation from the social media streets or look up to celebrities who can barely keep a relationship. But these type of men have the confidence within themselves that he doesn't need to use his wallet as bait to attract women. Listen, men with values are proactive, and they simply don't believe that good things come to those who wait, but instead good things comes to those who takes action. They have a purpose in life, and they are also committed to self-improvement. So the reality is, men who value themselves attract women simply based on their values, right? So Eric, why is it so important for men to understand their value in today's dating climate? I would say
Because if you don't understand your value, you'll take anything that's out there. You'll accept
gotcha.
anything you'll accept any form of treatment. I thought about this. There's 7 billion people in the world, and for all of us, there's nobody like us out there out of 7 billion people. So that automatically tells me that I already have value. And so because I know I have value, then there's a way that I expect to be treated.
Right.
And if you don't value yourself, then you don't have any expectations on how you want to be treated. So people treat you however way they want to treat you. That's my answer. Very simple. I don't complicate anything. It's very simple. Respect is not an option. It's a requirement. And that's how I was raised. And I've carried that with me for over 40 years. That's what Mr. Leggett taught me. And he made sure he kept, pushing that in me and my older brother's head that, at the end of the day, don't care if it's your supervisor, your boss, whatever, he is going to treat you with respect. And if he don't, you have to let that person know. So, that's my answer.
Okay, my brother. Very well said, man. Listen, that was wisdom that was passed on to you. And, I know how important it is because, listen, Eric, what you just stated is the key. I mean, because if you don't understand your value, then you're completely at the mercy of someone else's values. And when you're in that reactive state, you tend to blame everyone else for your poor decisions. For example, men who get hurt in the process for allowing women to use them financially truly don't value themselves. They end up as a casualty to women like this.
Yeah.
With these responses. Smart behavior to cash app in these sisters. And that's not the way to go, right? So next I'm coming to my brother Greg. What are your thoughts on this particular topic?
Well, me personally, I would say outside of God, the only person you should be looking up to is the person that you see in the mirror. So if you don't find that value in yourself, you should never be looking for it in no one else. I don't care if it's social media, a celebrity, a family member, a friend. First and foremost, you got to find that within yourself. And that's just my opinion. Straight to the point.
Okay. Direct. I love it, man. And listen, Floyd, I'm going to come next to my brother Floyd. Do you think, without having a strong father presence, may have contributed to some men who don't understand their value?
Definitely. I think when you don't have a strong male figure in your life, then the same value that a woman places on what a woman is, you value from yourself as a man.
Right.
I think it's important that you can have a strong male figure, that you take it upon yourself to learn how those values are as far as being a man. I like what Eric said. People only treat you the way that you allow them to. Whichever way you see yourself is how the world will treat you. If you don't see yourself as someone that's worthy, you're not gonna get respect. If you don't see yourself as someone that's worthy of love in a healthy way, then you're gonna attract someone that's not gonna give you that. So I like what the brother said. You have to look in the mirror and really see yourself, for who you are. I mean, even before I met my wife, I had to really be honest and say, okay, what is it about myself that I'm attracting certain type of people? And stop lying to myself and saying, wait a minute, Floyd, you need to really understand your value and your worth based on who you are, based on the values that you were taught, that you walked away from. Because a lot of times it's not that we don't have values or principles. Some of those values and principles was given to us, but we walked away from it for whatever reason. And sometimes you got to go back and remember, wait a minute, these values and some of these values and morals that I was raised with, I need to now apply those things in my life moving forward. Again, we're talking about certain types of women. And I hate, not all women, but certain type of women are like shark in the water, and one drip of weak blood that dropped in the water, they're gonna swim to you. So you have to strengthen yourself, and stop simping, and really just say, ask yourself, look yourself in the mirror, and am I a man or a mouse? Am I really exhibiting attributes of a man that will make a woman want to respect me, or even want me to be as a leader to them? Until you can really look yourself in the mirror and say that to yourself, then you really should be by yourself.
Man, love what you stated, man. Love what you stated. So listen, before I come to my brother Lamar, man, just the mindset of a lot of our sisters out there, and right here, this comment that I had to put back up, which was at the top of the show. Men who get top chicks have a ton of game in real life, don't care about sending $100 to access to a conversation. Now, Lamar, man, do you think that women, even if they were to get $100, and there's a lot of women saying like send these simps our way, do you think they will value a man that barely knows them and just sending money to them just to try to get their attention based on their looks?
No. And if you do that, I'm sorry to say it, you're a sucker. Excuse my language. But you're lame. You should not pay no one unless it's personal development. Call, stay with me. You should not be paying no one, a female, unless you get in personal development for a conversation.
Facts.
What are we doing here? How did we get here? The value, what we're talking about this topic right now, because I'm listening to all the brothers and it's beautiful. Understand something. Your value is your foundation in any relationship. Your value, whether that's with a woman, with your family, your friends, with God, your value is the foundation. And understand, the foundation is either two things in this world. It's either going to be gravel, right? Gravel, or it's going to be quicksand. And some of you men out there right now, y'all in quicksand and y'all slowly pulling yourself down. See, understand, son. Us six brothers, we're not trying to hurt you. We're trying to free you up today. We're telling you that you're in quicksand, that you feel like you need to spend money on a conversation. Let me ask you this question. If you sending that money, is everything taken care in your household? Are you sending, and if you sending money, are you with someone, but you just trying to do something sneaky, the sneak link? Like, be careful what you do. Value yourself, and your money will value you. You sitting there sending money, or I want to get this conversation, so I want to take you somewhere. Let me slide in your DM and take you to Burns, or let me take you to Puerto Rico. Let me take you on a cruise, and then you wonder why she not calling you after the fact. She done got what she wanted, you moron. No. She done got what she want. I'm not approaching nobody. You should not be approaching any woman with what your bank account is. Because a real woman, here we go, Lamar, a real woman will find that disrespectful. Will find you so disrespectful, and you will get blocked. And now you looking with the ugly face. I can't find her. Yo, T, go on her page and see if she deleted her Instagram.
Oh
no, she deleted you because you're a fool. And I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm trying to help you out today. I'm really trying to help you. I'm not trying to hurt you right now. What I'm telling you is that you're spending too much time on what you think she wants without asking her, what do you want? So right now, from this point on, I want you to look at the woman that you are actually looking to spend some time with and ask her, before you even try to throw money, just look, just throw a little jab at her without money and see where that goes. And then keep throwing little jabs. Keep throwing little jabs. Stay in the ring long enough to outlast it. And then you realize it was worth a fight versus you trying to be there and say, I spent all this money, T. I'm broke. My bank account's overdraft. My credit cards is out the roof. My car got depot. My landlord is over there. He bugging out, and I can't find her. And then all of a sudden, I sign on to my boy's account, or I made another account. And I find her. She with another man, and I try to hit her up. She read it, but she didn't reply because you pay for her time. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that,
Man, by a show of hands, before I come back to you, Floyd, a show of hands, has any of my brothers on this panel, and we're keeping it 100 today, have sent $100 to a woman that they barely know just to have a conversation with her?
That would be 9 scoops of it. Oh, absolutely not.
Okay.
No.
And I'm sure the sisters that are, shout out to the sisters out there. If you're raising a son, and if they come to you and, they're 18, 19 years old, be like, hey, mom, I really like this woman. And just to have a conversation with her, I'm just going to keep on sending her $100. I'm sure your sisters will be like, boy, you better stop. They probably end up getting slapped, man. But listen, next I'm going to come to my brother. Actually, let's come back to you, Floyd, man. Let's come back to you, my brother. Go ahead. Oh, you're muted.
My wife, there's a lot of scam goes on. Like you even have these people that's in another country saying, hey, they go and create fake profiles on Facebook, and they're reaching out to you saying that I need this type of money. Now, those are things happening overseas from other countries, but then you have people over here like this sister you're talking about. It's a scam. It's a straight out scam. And I like what the brother said. I like what Lamar said. You have to develop yourself. You have to do a lot of self-development on yourself. Once you really do the work on yourself, then you're able to see a lot of that stuff and push it away. Until that time, you're going to keep on attracting those type of people. You have to know what your self-worth, or you have to ask yourself, why do I find myself in and out with the same type of situations or same type of relationships? You are attracting the same type of people that you are. So you have to go back to the drawing board and do some real inside work on yourself. Maybe you need to be healed from some things from your past. Maybe you got rejected as a child. You didn't get you didn't get the red wagon or the banana seat bike you wanted. And you need to go back and do some healing, because if you didn't get validated as a child, you still look for those same things when you become an adult. Then that transcends over into a relationship. You're still trying to find those same things in a relationship. So a lot of times, you got to go back and just heal. Once you get healed from the inside, then you're no longer going to accept that type of behavior.
I'm telling you, man. Amazing what you just stated, man. And I like what you said, Floyd. And to add more to your context, it almost seems like you Rocky Hill that good men have to climb, but those who have value themselves don't even see it as a steep hill, because all that noise and distractions are blocked out. you know, and because they're actually living their truth, right? They know what their moral codes are, they know what their principles are, and so forth. So, Carl, man, what are your thoughts on this topic, man? I know I brought up that $100 conversation a few times, but what's your thought on men valuing themselves? How important that is?
Look, brothers, stop being Captain Save a 304. It's just that simple.
Oh,
it's not your responsibility. You can't save every 304 out there. And if y'all need to know what it is, Google it. Reality is that you have to understand, like I said, all the brothers said it, you got to know the value within yourself. You have to build that up. Your value I always talk about core value. Your core value is what's in your gut. And that comes from your character and, and how you are viewed, how you view yourself. When you start trying to lock yourself into being viewed by worrying about how the world views you, you're already set yourself up for failure. Yes, we all want to be able to feel, we're looked at in a positive light and we're respected and all these different things. But if you're not being true to yourself to be something else so you can be accepted, you have no value. You have no respect for yourself, and that's not gonna get you where you need to be at. And most women will see through that, and they're not gonna want to deal with you. They'll use you. They're not gonna deal with you. So as men, you know your value, know your worth. You see this from the other side all the time. Oh, I know my values. I know my worth. This is, just make sure as a man, when you understand your value, if you're a Yugo and that's your value, have the value of a Yugo. Don't try to be the value of a Mercedes-Benz if that's not your core. If you have a Mercedes-Benz engine inside of you, then go be a Mercedes-Benz. But if you have a Yugo engine inside of Mercedes-Benz, you're still a Yugo. And there's no disrespect in what I'm saying. Yeah. Just know your value, where you're valued at, and go where you're valued, go where you're respected. A lot of times we want to enter into these arenas. We feel like as a man, I got to join this organization. I want to be part of this organization. And many of those times they don't even align with your core values. Mm-hmm. Now you're in an organization and all this stuff, and you're happy because you got this stuff to put behind your name or a patch to put on a jacket or whatever you want to do, but it don't even align with your core values. So you don't even know your own value. You don't even know your own self-worth. If you feel you got to pay for $100 for a woman to speak to you and she's not your therapist, that's crazy. That's mind-boggling.
Facts, man. Facts.
And don't spend $100 to send to somebody who says that they're an alignment person and prophetess and all this other stuff, and it'll teach you how to be a high. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And we sit there and we wonder why, especially in our culture, we're struggling financially. We're not building. While we have the lead, we make so much money. We literally, if all the black people in the country came together, we'd be the 7th largest country in the world economically. We can't do it. We can't do it because we're not understanding the value of our time. And let me go there real quick. I know we're running out of time. I'm going to say this. Your value is just not money. Your value is your time. So when you understand your value, your time, and your worth, watch this. Has she earned the value of your protection? Has she earned the value of your provision? And I don't mean monetarily, your prayer life covering her, your provision in being able to speak life over her, your provision in being able to speak to her children, she has children, and protecting those children. Has she earned that value from you while you're dealing with her? Has she shown that she has that within her? Has she shown the value? Has she earned the value of you putting your life on the line for her every single day? Has she shown you that? Has she earned that? See, we always talk about the other way where we need to earn this, and this. Remember, the word says a man that finds a wife receives favor from the Lord. The man receives the favor from the Lord because he found a wife. But does she have value within her? So you're looking at the outside. What is her value on the inside? And when you can only understand that when you understand the value you have here, and you understand you can't get that time back. You can't get what you've given out. That doesn't come back.
Facts.
So when you value yourself, you won't waste time. Yes, every relationship doesn't work all the time, and that's just life. But you won't be in these relationships with 304s or users, and that's when you understand your value and your worth.
Man, whew. Yes, there it is, man. Listen,
I said it before. Somebody take that mic from him. Take that mic from him. I'm telling you this, yo, somebody done pissed him off this week. Somebody done pissed off.
Whoa. Ooh, man. Nah, I hear you, brother, man. But he's dropping some nuggets, man. So we're gonna take a couple of comments because I'm not even gonna take a commercial break. We're gonna pivot to a couple of comments, and then we'll try to squeeze in. We'll try our best to squeeze in the last topic, and then we'll do our Jerry Springer moment. All right, so let me go here.
If a woman is not into you, you know it. Move on. When you develop the attitude that you get to decide who to bond with, you will attract so many more. She may get to decide to offer you sex, but you get to decide who to provide for, defend, and build a life with. Her time of what she can offer is short, but what you can offer can last a lifetime.
Ooh, damn. Okay.
There were so many amazing qualities I appreciate about my husband, Floyd. Hey, patience. From day one, he has been a man of character. He's a man of honor, knows his values and everyone around him. I appreciate him leading our family to righteousness and teaching our son to value himself and how to respect me as a mother and setting healthy boundaries.
Wow, great comment.
Don't no real woman want that superficial nonsense. We want stability, period.
Facts. Shout out to my sister Jamila, man. All right.
The Kings are talking over. The Kings are taking over. I'm loving the show.
Shout out to my brother Hazardous. Appreciate you. That's my man from the Pure Moment Network. Be on the lookout for the show to appear on the Amazon Stick. You know, we're climbing up. We're building up. Listen, so we're just going to pivot to the next topic since time is almost as of the essence. So the next topic that we're going to touch on is understanding the difference between men and male. And a lot of people are curious, what is the difference between these two? So I'm going to just give you my little 2 cents on this here. So, I mean, I feel like these two types of things, and I'm just going to ask some examples since we're on a little bit of time note here, but understanding the difference between men and male. Now there's, for time's sakes, men have a purpose, right? They demand respect and their intentions are made clear to all my sisters and brothers out there. That's one big difference. Whereas a male, he plays games, he doesn't understand time, and he pretty much doesn't have any plans, no goals, no vision. His intentions are not clear. Another difference between the two is that a man is looking for a partner. I would say someone that is suitable to share his life with. A man would rather be alone because he has mastered doing it all by himself. And he knows how to navigate. He also has strong, healthy boundaries that we touched on earlier in our show. And he knows his self-worth. Whereas a male is the kind of brother that will send a woman $100 per conversation, looking for validation, whether it be from his boys, his family, and he would rather play the role of a son and view his woman as a surrogate mother. So I just want to get more perspectives from our panelists here. First, I am coming to Eric. I know this is one of your great topics. What is the difference between the two from your perspective?
Well, all the guys that you were talking about, those are males.
Gotcha.
Those are males. They don't know their value. They believe that what they can give to a woman is going to give them, the interest into their hearts. That's a male. A man understands that the most valuable thing he can give to her is himself. Gotcha. A man understands that if he is, interested in a woman, he's not going to waste her time. A male will play games and say, well, yeah, I'll be there, and then, not show up. And a lot of times males do this to test them. to see how far they can go, to see how much the woman wants him. So those are the differences. I mean, it's man knows what his responsibilities are. A man is if he's riding with a woman, he's not going to let her get out and pump the gas. It's all these little things that, and this is what we're going to be talking about on datinginterview.com on the 26th. It's all of these little things that we talked about, you know, at Dating Interview, and we said, well, if we can give them enough information, they can line this stuff up as they're dating, and they can say, you know what, this is not for me. So I would say those aspects of things that is the difference between a man and a male.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that, man.
You're welcome.
Appreciate your insight on that. And so next, man, Floyd, man, I'm going to come to you, man. What other attributes separates a man from a male?
You know, I actually went and looked up the meaning, and it says a male identifies your gender, be it age or color. It also identifies a particular species of an animal.
Okay.
Male is also that produces sex cell known as sperm. So, you know, a male could be a male lion, a male whatever, but a man, like Eric said, you know, is someone that understands that everything that he brings into this world have to bring value with it. You know, a man, if he knows that he's hurt and he needs to be healed, he knows that hurt people, he's going to spend the time to heal himself so he can be healthy himself, to be healthy with someone else. You know, a man understands that he's leaving a legacy behind. He's, you know, especially if he's a father, he's going to understand that when he no longer seeks to live on this side of the world, how does he want to be remembered? You know, he's going to be remembered by the people's lives that he's touched. And so you have to understand, every person that he interacts with, he needs a fingerprint. And if somebody was to scan that person's fingerprint after you're dead and gone, what's that fingerprint going to read about you as a man? You know, and I think a lot of times, you know, men, we don't understand that. You know, a lot of times we want the benefits of manhood, but we don't want the responsibilities to go with it. You know,
thank you.
You can't have the benefits without responsibility. It goes hand in hand. You know, for instance, a man is a protector. You know, if somebody is a male will tell, you know, if there's a strange noise going on in the house, the male would say, "Hey, baby, go check that noise out. Hey, Junior, go check that noise out." A man is going to say, "Babe, you stay here. I'll go check it out." You know, he's not going to send his wife. He's not going to send his children.
That's true.
You know, a male doesn't understand that, you know, facing his fears, that he's going to have to face those fears and overcome those fears for the benefit of his family and himself. So again, I think like we were talking about, women need to really ask themselves, am I getting a male or am I getting a man? Am I introducing my children, especially my son, to a male, or am I introducing my son to a man? You know, and so that's all I gotta say for that one. But yeah.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. And I'm gonna come quickly to Lamar due to time constraints. I just want to get short, quick answers, man. So can you just lay down, in your opinion, what are the difference between a man and a male?
Quality versus quantity. A man will stand even when he doesn't have the strength to. Let me say that again. It probably went over somebody's head. A man will stand when he doesn't even have the strength to. When a male will sit and be told to stand. So understand something. A man knows what he's entitled to, what he's supposed to do without being told. Within, it has to come within, and he doesn't feel ego, pride, disrespected, because within he knows what comes with the title father, husband, man. Okay, while Mel, he wants to play games and complain. Why is this me? Why I got to do this? Oh, I'm gonna set this because that's what I want. But you, like I said earlier in the show, you're quicksand. Today, get out the quicksand.
Man, woo! Thank you, brother. All right, and my man Greg, man, what are some differences between the two so the audience can understand?
A male is a boy because he hasn't outgrown the boy in him to become a man. A man is a man because just like a independent woman, a man will cook, a man will clean, a man will take care of his household, a man will take care of his children without a pat on the back, without expecting someone to tell him good job. It just comes naturally. A man is intentional in everything he does. That's to keep it short.
Damn. Okay. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate that. And Carl, man, this is very important because a lot of sisters don't know the difference between the two. So I want you to add your thoughts. What's the difference between the man and the male?
Yeah, real quick. A man understands the pressure of manhood and leadership and what comes with that. Doesn't make excuses. He takes the responsibility and fixes it. He's not looking for you to fix it. He's going to do it. He understands responsibility. He takes accountability. He's not blaming other people for his failures. He's not blaming other people for why he's not where he wants to be or needs to be. He actually understands, hey, I have to do it. A man goes and reads. A man goes and grows. A man goes and learns. He's constantly evolving. You know, it's like when people say they're living their best life. A man, a real grown, mature man, never lives his best life until they close the casket. Because he's
fire, man. Whew. I gotta drop a bomb for that. Come on, man. Leave him alone, man. Leave the brother alone, man.
Somebody right now in the world is like, ooh, yeah, that's yeah.
Oh,
I don't know, man. I mean, we had a controversial, unfortunate incident this weekend, man. So we just have to lay it out today, man. We got to keep it real with the audience. That's what they came to see, man. You know. So listen, we're gonna just go ahead and pivot straight to our Jerry Springer moment, man. So let me just go ahead and put on my Jerry Springer music now. So we can groove to that. And it's time, man. It's time. And listen, this was such an amazing show. And I just want to say, man, before doing this episode, it was an honor to have all you brothers up here, man. You know what I'm saying? So listen, you can definitely catch us on the Pure Moment Network, which is available on the Roku device. You can also listen to us at Spotify, Radio Public, you name it, Amazon Music, you know, Radio Public, Anchor. The list goes on and on. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you check us out. Also, you know, if you want to join the DBDS family, make sure please subscribe to us on our YouTube channel. Make sure you hit that notification button. That's just another way of you guys showing your love and support if you enjoy these amazing conversations. But now it's time for our Jerry Springer moment where we share our final thoughts for today's show. And first, I'm coming to my brother Eric. Give the people who's watching your final thoughts for today's show.
I would say my Jerry Springer moment is just encouraging men to know the value, to know their worth. And in doing that, they will understand that they won't have to tolerate someone telling them what they are entitled to. And you know, just kind of knowing what their value is and what their self-worth is. That's my Jerry Springer moment. That's my message for men, is to just know your value. Know you don't have to cave into that spirit of entitlement. and expecting you to do something when they have not qualified. You have not qualified them to be that. So that's my Jerry moment.
Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you. And next, I'm coming to my brother Greg, man. What are your final thoughts for today's show?
As far as value, I would say to all the fellas out there, don't just know your value, be it, and others will see it. That's what I would say. And as far as the cash app and women money, the conversation, any man standing on 2 feet knows in his right mind that's not the move. That's not respected by no man, and definitely not respected by the ladies. No lady respects a man doing that. You don't even know the woman. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Dan, thank you for your honesty, my brother. And next, I'm coming to my brother Lamar, man. Amazing show, man. What are your final thoughts, man?
My Jerry Springer moment I would say, it doesn't make you less of a man or a bad person saying no. Value that word no. Be respectful when you say no. Make sure the tone is set. And then always remember, you are responsible for the foundation you put down for yourself and for the person in front of you. All right, love yourself first, and then everything else will fall in place.
Wow.
Peace.
Fire. Thank you, man. And next, I'm coming to my brother Floyd, man. What are your final thoughts for today's show?
You know, first of all, it was a pleasure, honor to be on the panel with these brothers. I think one of the thread that we all talked about was really getting to know who you are as a man on the inside. What is your true value? What are your principles? What code do you live by? Every man has to have some type of code he lives by. Really just knowing who you are. I like what the brother said. Just be the man you're supposed to be. God made you a man. It's not something that you should have to try to do. You know, if you need to get healed, get healed. So you could be the best version of yourself for yourself and for somebody else. You know, that's all I gotta say.
Man, very well said, my man. And Carl, man, what an amazing, incredible King's Takeover, man. We I think we have unplugged some of these brothers from the Syntonian Matrix. But what are your final thoughts for today's show, my man?
Yeah, we need them to take the blue pill, not the red pill, so we can unplug them. I'm gonna tell you, all my brothers on here tonight. It's been a pleasure. I've enjoyed everything you guys have said, and yes, this was definitely needed. I'm gonna end this. Men, understand to understand your value, you have to understand who you are and whose you are, and stop worrying about what the world says you are. Stop worrying about what a woman says that you are. Your value comes from within yourself. Your value comes from your character and your character traits. It's nothing wrong with being a good man. There's nothing wrong with being a boring man. There's nothing wrong with being a man of integrity. Be those things, because the truth is you will stand out amongst the losers that are out there trying to do everything the other way and flashing their cash, flashing their money, flashing their cars, flashing their underwear because their pants are sagging. You don't have to be Mr. Excitement for a woman to be attracted to you, because what you'll do is you will attract a lady by being the man that you're supposed to be. You don't want a woman, you want a lady. You want a feminine lady. And the only way you're going to get that is you got to find the value within yourself and stop trying to be a part of the system, a part of the world, a part of the red pill stuff, and worrying about what the radical feminist side is saying. Let it go. Move on. Heal. Become the man you need to. And I'm telling you, if you need help, reach out to us. I'm telling you, we're available to coach you and help you get to where you need to be. Not that foolishness or try to be a high value man and get a top chick. I don't know what a top chick is. I'm gonna go get me a 4-piece chicken from Popeyes, and that'll be the top chick for me tonight.
Oh, and listen, man, I want to thank this amazing panel. Father's Day is next Sunday, and I want all the great fathers, including everyone on this panel to have an amazing Father's Day. Enjoy it in peace, everything, right? Absolutely, man. So my final thoughts for today's show is, in order to find a bride-worthy sister, it all starts with you, your moral codes, which is your personal relationship principles that you must establish and follow when looking for a suitable lady for a healthy monogamous relationship. Also, your rules of engagement, they must be intact, which means you have to set those personal expectations as to what you want out of the relationship. And having these two components will help determine what is it that you're looking for in a relationship. And it will also help you to avoid low quality women, freeloaders, looking to take advantage of your resources in which they have not earned. All right. So once again, I want to thank this amazing panel and much love to the DBDS family.
Take it away, Mel.